I've become a bit of a skeptic over the years because I actually got into an argument on Instagram where you know how like you look at Instagram and they start pushing more content like that to you. So I keep getting UFO content, and I'm like, doesn't it does it like register to anybody out there that with the proliferation of HD technology, UFO footage is still shitty?
Right. Well, that's the big problem. And then there's also the problem of the unbelievably difficult task of crossing space-time and why anyone would do it just to come here and vaguely appear on various cameras and also apparently mess up people's crops and things like that. If you're going to put that much time and energy into crossing interstellar space, you're going to do more than that. So I've always been skeptical on that on those grounds that these UFOs, if they are indeed of alien origin, aren't really behaving like aliens.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and it kind of sucks because when I was younger, and I used to be obsessed with unsolved mysteries and all the science fiction shows, and there, you know, they really painted this picture of the universe as there's a lot of mysterious shit going on out there. But like 20 years later, every single one of those like stories have been debunked. Like
Right.
the signs, or I guess in the UK they were like stomping down the fields.
Yeah, the crop circles, and there was a time period from, I think, my recollection. You may recall the same or differently, but in the 1990s, where there was a bunch of unknown, unexplained things floating around. But as people chewed them over, they started finding problems. And then I think we also realized that there are a lot of people in this world that will fake something. Try buying a Rolex, from I don't know, just some shop somewhere instead of an authorized dealer. So when you have that situation, and you also have a situation where writing books about the paranormal or writing books about UFOs and things like that is extremely profitable, or making YouTube channels about it, then you run into an issue, that you may not be seeing something that's even real.
Yeah,
But even still, there are core, interesting cases and things like that that they seem to be free and clear of that. And I think those types of things just stay unexplained. Who knows what they were?
yeah, and you know, there's something also just romantic about having at least some part of our reality unknown.
It is. There is something. But I find that the mysteries of science fill that role for me, which obviously I make a living off of talking about the mysteries of science. And there's stuff there that I'm convinced we will never know the answer to. There are things that have happened within the annals of science that we'll never explain. And there are some of them that get downright weird, like the wow signal, which appears for all intents and purposes to have been a some kind of radio signal from technology that does not appear to be ours. But unless it repeats, you can't study it, and you can't verify it, and you can't do all the things that you need to do to scientifically say this was real. So it goes in the gray basket, and there it stays, presumably forever.